Well, good morning. Today we're going to continue our journey on the setting up the container garden. And today I wanted to share with you this row of tables right here. These are our 20-gallon tater tables. And I've got a new design. Have not built this one before, but this has been designed on lessons learned from previous years that I've always looked forward to incorporating when we got down here to our Florida homestead. So today's the big day. I'm going to do some incorporating. So let's head on out to the shop and I'll share with you the construction sketches and we'll start making some sawdust. See you out in the shop.
In this video, we will build a 20-gallon grow table. How to start a container garden, part 3B.
Today we're going to be building a 20-gallon grow table. This will accommodate 3 to 4 20-gallon containers, which I always use for my taters. And I like having them on a table because they're up off the ground. I can drill the holes in the bottom of the container. It promotes good drainage. I like it up off the ground so I don't get ants and things coming up through the drain holes and contaminating my pots. The raising them up a few inches off the deck, off the ground, also helps me to maintain them and work on them without, bending my back. But if you'll remember, if you've grown potatoes before, when they get up into stage 3, stage 4, they're starting to get pretty tall. And what usually happens is the tops will start to bend over, and if you get a heavy rain, they'll even fall and kink and bend the stems, which I just don't like that. So I wanted to be able to tie these up when they get to a certain point. I wanted to start strapping them up to give them some support so they don't fall over into wind or rainstorms. So I'm going to build a 20-gallon table that has a rail in the back that's elevated up so I have something to tie onto with my cord that I'm going to suspend the plant material up in the vertical position so I don't have to worry about them bending and damaging themselves. So here's a sketch. This is the one I'm going to build today. I'm going to build 4 of these rascals, and I thought you might want to tag along. I got all the parts already cut up, so we don't have to wait on me to cut all that. We can just go right straight to screwing this thing together. So let's come on up here and take a look at the sketch up close, and let me see what we got ahead of us today. Okay, here's our sketch. They got a top view of the table right here, and this is a front view looking at the front edge of this table. This is an elevation looking at the front. So this is the top front. This is a pretty good healthy table because it's going to be supporting a lot of weight. So I'm going to make it with a little bit heavier framing than I normally do. I'm going to use 4x4 legs. Here's the legs right here, 4x4. Everything's pressure treated lumber. It's going to be outside in the weather continually. So I'm using pressure treated lumber with 4x4 legs because I want the weight to be on this table to keep it good and stable, because these potato containers, they're pretty heavy, and I don't want it to sag on the under its own weight of the potatoes. So the frame that I'm building is going to be 2x6s. It's an 8-foot long table, 19 inches wide, and it's 8 inches off the ground level. So the 2x6 frame that goes around to support the tabletop is increased to 2x6 rather than 2x4 because I don't want any hoop stress underneath this frame, underneath its own weight. So that 2x6 will give it plenty of strength to hold it good and strong. So I'm going to build the frame out of 2x6, and on the top of the 2x6s I'm going to put 5/4x6 deck boards spaced out 1.5 inches all along the top. That way I can set my tater buckets right on top of there, and it has plenty of room to drain through. If you'll notice right here, this back leg, the front leg's down only 8 inches, but the back leg is up 48 inches high. The reason for that is like I was talking about earlier, when we set the the container in there. Eventually those potato plants are going to get tall enough they need to be supported with twine. So I'll be able to attach to this rail that goes across the back here and go around that plant material and pull it up to there and get it supported so that the rainstorms don't break them and damage them. So it's time to get started. I got a lot to do. I got 4 of these to build today, and we'll get them out there to the new container area. And if you want to try to build one of these or even more for yourself, we'll put these sketches on our Facebook page, and you can download that image and build one yourself. So let's go on over here and get this job started. Let's go. Well, we got all 4 tables built in place in the container garden. Very exciting day. As you can see, I can hold 4 20-gallon containers up here for my taters, and I can't be happier. I can't wait to get some in here and get them going. Now, remember the rail we talked about? When these potatoes get up and then plants get up in stage 3, stage 4, they get this high and they tend to want to fall over because of wind and rain. So that's what this rail does. I can lash these plants and I can secure them to the rail to give it some support so they don't damage themselves. I did make a change. You know, when I got them out here, I decided I wanted to go ahead and add these concrete reinforcing panels on the back of it, simply because I had a bunch of them out in the barn, and I said, you know what, it'd be nice to have them on here because that gives me some versatility. If I want to plant something else in here besides taters, that you know needs a trellis. This is a miniature trellis as well, so I could utilize this for something other than potatoes if I want to. But pretty much it's going to be my tater table, but just in case, like my daddy always says, you don't never know. So I went ahead and did it and got it over with. If I had to do it from scratch and I was doing it from a fresh design, I would have used cattle panels because they're galvanized and they're 4 gauge. These will rust, and they're just spot welded together, and those things will break after a period of time. So in time, I will go back and most likely replace these with cattle panels, but these will work great for me for now for, you know, a couple, 2 or 3 years. So I'm gonna go with them since I had them on hand. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this build today with me, and you can build these for yourself. One of these tables in your backyard will sure put a lot of potatoes in your pantry. So you may wanna consider making one of these. And if you do, send me a picture. I'd like to see you standing beside it with a 2 thumbs up. So if you enjoy our channel and you like watching our videos, please subscribe, be a part of our homestead family. Me and Nancy got a bunch of more stuff coming. We're going to continue this journey on this container garden until we get it all complete, and we're getting close. We're pretty happy about that. So until me and Nancy see you next time, always remember, by his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you for watching our videos. We love making them. If you like our videos, we ask you to partner with us in our mission by sharing our videos from YouTube and post from Facebook to all social medias. It really inspires and encourages us. Some great places to share is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please like if you like this video, subscribe, click the notification button so you never miss another video. Click below for products we used in the videos, and you could also partner with us without spending a penny. We welcome your encouraging comments, prayers, and questions. And thank you for watching and sharing our videos and posts. Have a blessed day.